What's good, everyone? Welcome to the round 21 final team and review, which might be my final team and review for a while until the season end. It's the first round of finals for a lot of leagues, and I'm hoping a lot of people have their teams completed by now. And that's my reason for potentially this one being the last final update video for trades, because I'm out of them. We've used our last two trades, both forced changes that we have made this week, but we have a now completed team. Am I happy with it? Maybe. Really depends on who you ask, to be honest, because I've seen people in worse positions that have not had trades for a couple weeks now, and they are now having to cop Holmes on the bench and using backups and that sort of thing. So considering where we are, there's a few players I would prefer in other spots, but I'm not too unhappy with it. My midfield could be a little bit stronger, but forward and defense, we don't really have a lot of options available. So I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that one, for managing this season, because it's been a really hard season with all the forced trades, lots of star injuries, and it started poor for myself with all the Golden going out straight away, Rosie's, the list goes on. There's been so many forced changes that we've had to manage throughout the year. So if you're watching this video right now, you're obviously still in the hunt and you're still interested in Supercoach. So I commend that to you, because it's been a tough year for sure. But I'm yapping for no reason. Let's go straight into my trades for my finished team now. You can probably see them. I'm going in really heavy with Sydney this round. So, well, for the rest of the year. And I'll explain why. So we had to move on Holmes. He was sitting on the bench. We planned for it. We brought in Bailey Smith last week. We were going to move him this week. And I was going to save a trade, but Callahan was also injured as well. So we had that forced trade. So we've got Callum Mills as a straight swap for Holmes, and we've got Heaney coming in for Callahan. Now, I am aware that Goulden is back in the side, and it's going to take a little bit of points away from Sydney. But I'm also aware that Heaney got tagged last round, but Goulden had such a good game that I'm not sure from now till finish if they're going to go to Heaney or if they want to go to Goulden. I'm thinking that they're going to want to go to Goulden because they're trying to run everything through that bloke. He's elite. And I'm just confident in Heaney as a player. I think he is in the top 5 players in the competition. And the price that he is right now, I believe, is the cheapest he's been in a long time. So to take him now on his run home, I will gladly take that, which that is perfect amount because we're left with only 5,000 on the bench. So I think we are pretty set with our team. So I went with Mills as well over a couple other options because Mills has been pretty ultra consistent for the year and the run home is super nice. So this is really the reason why I'm going with these two Sydney. I've got this schedule difficulty from this round towards the end of the season where you're going to be in your finals matchups. North Melbourne, obviously the hardest by a long way. So unfortunate. But if we go all the way down to the bottom here, we've got Sydney and Geelong, who are easily the two clubs that have the easiest run home. Sydney got a St Kilda, Port, Essendon, and North Melbourne on the way home. That's juicy, I think. Could put a lot on Port, could do a lot of damage to Essendon. St Kilda, I think, will still be confident win, and North Melbourne's a confident win. And then Geelong, we knew that they had an easy run home as well. Collingwood tonight, then Essendon, North Melbourne, and Richmond, which cannot get easier than that. So that's why Holmes is going to be perfect in that spot. That's also my reasoning behind getting Bailey Smith in, because I think he can have a strong rest of the year as well. If you got anyone from these teams, bad luck. I do have a lot of people from Gold Coast, a lot of blokes, which is going to be hard to watch, to be honest, because of the fact that I went heavy and they've had lost 8, 9 in a row now. So it's not going to get easier from here with the Melbourne, GWS, Brisbane, and St Kilda, to be honest. So we got to deal with our Matt Rouse, our Petrarcas, and Millers. We've got no other options at this stage with no trades left. So that's my thinking behind Heaney and Mills for the rest of the year. We had other options in the back line we had Wilkie that was a little bit out of price range, but I could have made it work with picking up Goulden instead of Heaney. And I was really set on one other bloke in the midfield right now, and that was the captain for the Adelaide Football Club, who have the 16th easiest run home. which is Essendon, Richmond, Freo, and GWS, is easy, but not as easy as this. I've realised very easily. Because I think that tonight as a captain score, or not tonight, but this round as a captain score, Dawson's going to go massive. Playing at Marvel against Essendon, I think that it's the number one captain option this week if you do have Dawson. I think you go there no matter what, because you can use him as a captain and you've got the security with your vice as well. I'm really stuck with my captain options this week. I've had poor choices very recently, and there's no clear matchup that I'm like, yes, I know he's going to have a blinder. Right now, I've just got the vice on Bailey Smith playing tonight against Collingwood. My terminology behind that is I know that Mullen is going to put a lot of attention into Dacos. He's affected him in the past, but he also hasn't affected him in the past. Dacos could come out and go 140 again, but I don't know that Collingwood have a designated tagger as potent as Mullen is. So I thought that why not? Sticking on Bailey Smith. He's been pretty good this year so far. And then my backup captain option, I literally don't know where to go. Wangani Milera, they're playing Sydney at Marvel. You're going to get Jordan paying attention to Wangani Milera. I thought about Brad Hill. He was going to get freed up a bit. Not confident on that enough. We've got other options being Bont against Freo. I'm not looking like I want to go there with how potent Freo's midfield is. I don't want to go there. Clayton Oliver against Port could be an option, but I also just don't have that confidence in Clayton Oliver to give me a massive score. I want that ceiling type of score in this back end of the year to really push. Heaney against St Kilda, no confidence at all. None of these blokes back here I don't have any confidence in. My ruck's gone against, what's old mate? I forget old mate's name that's now rucking for Gold Coast, because it's not Wits. It's like Ned Moyle, I think. I don't think people have scored well against Ned Moyle in the past, and after his performance against Geelong, I don't really want to go there again. Jackson, 94. We've got a Bulldogs midfield. Could be an option potentially, Jackson. But I haven't gone there either because of the fact that he's had like 4 in the 90s in a row. So I don't have any confidence in that pick either. So I've kind of gone with a set and forget, even though it's a harder matchup, Hawthorn versus Kangaroos. Sheasel has been my ultra consistent bloke for the full year. He's always given me something, and he's rarely not performed. And I'll kind of show you that why it's such a confident pick. He's had an 86, a 73, and an 82 in the mid portion of the year. But on the back end, 142, 153, 175, and 180 back to back. Then we have a 107 as a low score, 133, and then 132. I think that he's just an absolute bowl magnet, and that he's safe captain option each week if you've got no other available options. I'm sort of feeling that same about Naz as well, but we've seen him get affected by a tag in the past, so I'm going with Sheasel. I don't know Hawthorn tags Sheasel. I don't think that they care enough to tag him. I think they'll just take care of them anyway because they're a better side, but that is going to allow Sheasel to still rack up those touches. So that's why I've gone there. Not confident in any of the picks whatsoever, but that's my kind of terminology behind it. So that's our team. We're all done. Am I happy with the picks in the back line here? Dan Houston, definitely not. Worrell, fine. Everything else is fine. Midfield, I'm not crazy about Raul or LDU at all. I don't think that they would be in my ideal side in there at all. Jackson and Gawn in the ruck, great, love that. Forwards, not liking Petrarca. Pickett's fine. He's up and down. Durham's coming good. And the rest I'm happy with. And Took Miller as a flex, I'm just unhappy about. So that's the team. And on the bench, we do have some coverage. So we do have Hugo Holger on as a bench option, which is brilliant as a bench option, I think, because you can swap him through the midfield as well. Although I don't have any defensive options in the mid that can swap there. I'm pretty stuck in just using him in defense. Franco is now going to be out for a couple of weeks. I have read up about his injury. Definitely bad and got stretched off. He's going to, take a couple of weeks for that to heal. So I've pretty much got no midfield backup because we can't swap Hugo Colgan in here. We've got 2 defensive options because Anad is playing as well. Schoenberg's not going to play anytime soon. Not sure about what's happening with Ison. I think he's just got dropped. And our forward insurance is Connor McKenna, which is, yeah, look at that score, 29. That's what you're pretty much expecting. So we are kind of stuck with what we have right now. We've got no other options. So we're praying that there's no injuries from now to the end of the year. 4 rounds to go. Is that likely? Probably not, judging by this year. But I think that everyone else is in the same position. So we just got to cop it and roll with it. So that's that. That's probably my last video. I'll quit the yapping. I'll let you go. I appreciate so much support during the year. That doesn't mean I'm not going to make any videos. I am going to continue to make our reviews and go in depth in each player. I was thinking about making some shorts and why you should go heavy on the Sydney matchup right now, but I feel like that's a given at this rate. I don't think people need to see a short to know that, yeah, Sydney have the easiest run home with Geelong. So I'm just going to leave it there and see you later, I guess. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for hanging out as usual. This will be the last one for the year, the final team and captain options. So I appreciate you hanging out as usual, and I'll catch you after this weekend's events in the review for round 21. Peace out, y'all.